Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2, where I am still feeling sick. We'll see how that ends up going. This is still the same day as I recorded the last episode on, although I did take a bit of a break. So hopefully things are going to be going okay. I decided to record ahead while I'm still feeling okay enough, so hopefully things are going to be fine. This is the last episode I need to record, so let's go. Let's get this done, and then I can take a break. So for now, I want to get to work on building some ramps. That's pretty much all I want to do this episode. I'm definitely going downhill fast, there's no doubt about it, and we're definitely going to need some rest after this one. So let's just get a ramp built in here and bring this down approximately over here. It's very not symmetrical, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm definitely not going to worry about it. We're just going to look to get as much done here as we can. So we're just going to head up over here and then somewhere over here. We already have significant sections of this area that are significantly off, and we may tackle a big project in getting this all corrected eventually, particularly up here. We'll see. For now, I think it's reasonably fine as is, and we're just going to go through and get these on-off ramps done as best as we can. So we're going to have this come up over here. Cool. And this is going to come down somewhere over here. That'll do. It's very lopsided, but it's fine. Okay, next up will be up over here. And we want to be in curve tool. Yes, that is all looking great. That's overlapping items due to a pillar issue. Okay, we'll go in over here and bring this on up. That'll do. It's good enough. And we'll just turn those off. Cool. Next up, we're going to get ourselves yet another set of on-ramps here. So on-ramps here. Sure, you'll do. And no left turn here and no left turn here. Then off-ramps up over here. I mean, I say it's off-ramps up here and on-ramps down there. It really isn't. It's really an on-ramp and an off-ramp at each location. So there is that. For now, let's just continue to get all of those done. There we go. Okay. Curve tool here. And we're going to head on up over this way. There we go. And down over here. That'll do. It's good enough. If we need to fix it later, we can. For now, I just want to get this done. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't record this episode today, but I feel like I have to.
You're back with Second Moon Radio.
I feel like I have to. So that's fine. I have no idea if I'll be able to tomorrow or not. So that's the reason why we're doing this right now. So that's absolutely fine for the moment. We're just going to bring this guy up over here. And that's also why I'm angling for something that's fairly mindless. And we're not going to get a lot done this episode. I can tell you that right now. We're going to get some of these on-off ramps built. And that's it. That's the only thing that I have planned here. So if you don't enjoy building on-off ramps, maybe move on to the next episode. It'll be out in a day. So we'll just do that for the moment. That said, if you don't enjoy building on-ramps and off-ramps, you may be watching the wrong game. Now that I think about it. This is Cities Skylines 2, after all. Ah, yes. No off-ramp on this side. So an on-ramp would go over here. About like that. We would omit one over here. And then the off-ramp would come out up here. Yeah, we can actually just sneak right in there. Okay, fantastic. Now, this should be an on-ramp here. Right? So we need to flip this around. There we go. No left turn allowed here. There we go. Okay. Next up, we're going to do an off-ramp somewhere over here. About here. This will be an on-ramp. And then we'll do an off-ramp on the opposite side here. There we go. And let's just get this no left turn here and no left turn here. Okay. So that is this highway. Complete-ish. We'll go with ish. Indeed. Let's actually go for Willow Highway next. So we'll just start off over here. And let's just build these on-off ramps straight on through. So one here and finally one here. That'll do. No left turn allowed here or here. Then up over this way, of course, we'll build an off-ramp here. There we go. And an on-ramp over here. Perfect. And we'll say no left turn here, no left turn here. There we go. So next up is going to be this one here, and then this one over here. That'll do. No left turns here either. So that'll go there. Then we're going to head up over this direction. And that will be out over here. And in over here. That'll do. Okay, no left turns here or here. Next up will be this section. One here. And one here. There we go. Cool. And finally, one up over here. So something about like, that's overlapping items. It's a pillar issue. Okay, noted. So we can just put that in here and here, approximately. So that'll do for now. There we go. And now for another one up over here. We're actually making really good progress here. So that's absolutely phenomenal. We'll move this guy out over this way. That's fine. And no left turns there. Phenomenal. Next up, an off-ramp here. Overlapping items. Okay, pillar. And in we go. And in we go. That'll do. Cool. No left turn here or here. We're making good progress here, as I said. No doubt about that. This is actually relatively productive. Believe it or not. I know I'm kind of not believing it, but I do want to say no left turn here and no left turn here. There we go. And then we'll come up over this way and say no left turn. Well, we do need to get this in here. This is going to be an on-ramp. And then this is going to be an off-ramp. Hang on. Have I been doing this incorrectly this whole time? No, this is correct. This is correct. Let's double check that. Yeah, this is correct. Okay. So that should all be absolutely fine. Excellent. Let's grab this guy. That's going to be a pillar issue. No shockers there. And we'll just bring that in here and in here. Cool. No left turn here or here. I say as I realize that I built this backwards. Okay, let's try this again. Out over this way. There we go. That'll do the trick. And no left turn here or here. Cool. Now we build it that direction. So that goes about here to avoid any issue with the pillars. We put it in here, and we put it in here. Cool. So we'll just say no left turns in either of those locations, and then all we need here is going to be an on-ramp from here up to about here. That slope too steep. Interesting. I would not have expected a slope too steep over here, but I guess that this does go up a little bit. Let's see if we can do a down ramp over here. No, we just might have to widen this out. That's still all slope too steep. Okay, so this one might be a little more complicated. I think for the time being, what we might end up doing here... I'm just thinking about how I want to do this. And of course, with 101 degree fever, thinking is not exactly my strong suit right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the slope terrain tool, grab this height here, and we're just going to smooth this out a little bit. Okay, something along the lines of that. Then I want to build this road back through here. About like that. That'll do for now. And then this highway needs to go back through. So I want this to be a straight line tool. And I want this to be right about here. We are going to go to only snapping to the angle and bring that up a bit. That's an overlapping item, but we could put it there. Okay, something like that. And hopefully that will work better. We'll see. So back on curve tool, and let's bring this down. I want to have snapping on. Thank you very much. That's a 21% grade at this point. It's definitely better, but it's imperfect. It's not good enough. That's just overlapping items. So if we were to remove this section here, and we were to take this out and bring that up to be about here. I want to drop a pillar right here. I want to snap this only to angle, like that, and then connect this up. About like that. Now we might be able to do this because we had a pillar issue. So let's see what this ends up looking like. Yes. So that's overlapping items. I'm not shocked about that one. Let's see about bringing this guy out over here. It really doesn't want to go in over on this side. But we could do it like this. Now, that's gross, and I would really rather not do it like that. It is probably technically feasible, but I'm going to take this one out, and we're going to just move that out a little bit here. And we're going to move it in more like that. Now I'm going to say no left turn allowed here, and no left turn allowed... let's see here. This needs to be an off-ramp over here, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So that needs to go this direction, which means no left turn allowed here. And the question is, with this built, can we rebuild this and have this be a little bit less hideous? That would be the ideal scenario. We'll see if it happens. So that would need to come up over here. Actually, that's a fair amount less hideous. You know what? I'll allow it. So that's fine. We do know that we also need on-off ramps over here because we redid that one and over here. So I want to make sure that those are done before we move on. So first things first, we should do an on-ramp over here. None of these should be particularly complicated, but we may need to do some eminent domain here. So we'll just bring this up and bring this guy down to be about here. That'll do. No left turn here. Right turns are actually allowed. No left turn here or here. That'll do. And then we'll move up over this direction. That, of course, is going to be an off-ramp here. And an on-ramp here. That slope too steep, but this is acceptable. So we'll build that, and we'll just move this one back ever so slightly. So that would be an off-ramp up over here, right? Yeah, that'll do. So that's absolutely fine for now. No left turn here, no left turn here. Okay. Now, checking the rest of these over this way, they look good. No problem there. So we need to do this one. Okay. So an on-ramp would go right about here. And that would end up going in about there. And then an off-ramp would come down somewhere around here. Cool. That'll work. No left turn here or here. And then we would come up over this direction and do an off-ramp somewhere around... Ooh, that's all slope too steep. We could do it back here. And that's, in fact, where I'm going to put it, but I'm not necessarily happy about putting it back here. It'll be fine. So no left turn here or here. There we go. So next up, we're going to have to start doing these side ones. And honestly, those are going to go pretty quick. So that should be absolutely no problem. In theory. We'll see how they end up going, but I don't expect these to be particularly complicated. So we'll move this out over here, like so. That all looks good. No left turn here or here. It's definitely uneven, but we're moving on. Jank is a feature now. So we're going to head up over here, and it will remain a feature basically forever. Like, jank is kind of a thing on this channel. Much to my chagrin, but it's definitely a thing. This is our life now. So we're going to definitely get an on-ramp out over here. Somewhere around there should do. And then an off-ramp somewhere around there. Cool. No left turn there or there. And then an off-ramp about here. Up into there. And something kind of like that. That'll do. No left turn here or here. So that's this highway done. There's honestly not that many left. There really, really isn't. So we're making very, very good time here. I'm quite pleased with it, actually. Considering the circumstances anyway. We're going to bring this up over here and down over here. No left turns, of course. So there we go. Next up would be here. And this guy is going to go here and in. And yeah, something about like that. No left turns here or here. There we go. Now we can move down to here, and we're going to do more of the same. Shocking, I know. It's absolutely shocking, the variety of activities we're doing right now. It's remarkable. We're going to say no left turns there or there, and up here, we are going to simply grab this guy. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. No left turn here, no left turn here. Okay. We have, I think, 2 of these left. Like I said, we've been making really, really good time. I expected this to take the whole episode, but it kind of seems like it might not. That said, I might just cut the episode slightly short this time. We'll see. I feel like I have good reason to do so, but we'll see. We'll see what that ends up looking like and how my energy levels end up holding up. So we'll bring this guy out over here and this guy in over here. That looks good. No left turns here. Cool. And last location. So that would be this down over here, an on-ramp. And then an off-ramp down over here. Cool. We have 1 more to go. And that is this right here. This should be the last one, at least for now. There will be more of these, I'm sure. But somewhere around there, and then somewhere around here. No left turns here, no left turns here. Okay, I believe that to be this entire area. I'm just checking quickly here to determine if I notice any that are not done. Of course, this is really awkward right here. That's not great. I don't love it, but I'm not going to commit to changing this right now. We might simply move this road down and elongate this. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. That's not a terrible idea at all. Elongating these blocks is a thing that we can definitely do. I think I should maybe be a little bit more awake for that, though. So we'll hold off on that for the time being. What I want to do right now is I just want to zone up some of this. So we're going to come on down over here, and we're just going to grab the low-density housing, and we're just going to mindlessly do some zoning here. Wonderful. You know, I gotta say, I don't recommend the 101 degree fever. It's not pleasant. No doubt about that. I really don't recommend it. So let's just get this area zoned up here. I'm not going to zone this out here. We are going to take this at least up to this meta block, and then we can think about, like, I don't love this situation here. Let's get this unzoned here. So, like, down to about here. But then we can zone all of this with marquee select. So it'll end up being something kind of like that and something like this. Okay, so let's get that zoned for now. That should dip into our low-density residential demand somewhat, but there'll need to be more. There'll need to be considerably more. So for now, that's reasonably fine. What's going on down here? A traffic accident is going on. And judging by this guy clipping through this guy, it seems like there should be more traffic accidents. Oh, this hatchback is fine now. So as long as we don't have this lane closed, we should be okay. Ah, the police car here, I believe, secured this site. I think that's what happened there. So now we should be able to start traffic flowing again here. That's absolutely fine. What do we got going on up here? This looks like a traffic jam. I'm not convinced it is. These guys are just all trying to turn over into this lane at a really awkward time. I think what we might need is to expand out the 6-lane back a little further here. That's probably what we end up needing. So the 6-lane road here, replace tool, and knock that back to about there or so. That should create a fair amount more space for lane changing. And hopefully smooth that out a little bit. Why are you pulling a U-turn here? Okay. That must be something to do with the pathing with this updating. I don't know. For now, we can just keep an eye on this. I don't expect this to be too much of an issue. Okay, you guys are in the traffic circle. Keep going. You already have your right-of-way. There you go. Same with you. What are you doing, bud? I have no idea. I think it was this lane crossing here, potentially. So what we could think about doing there... We don't have, like, specific lane controls. I was thinking about making this lane here not be allowed to dip out over here. And so this inner lane would only be allowed to move to the next lane out, and so on and so forth. Once you get to the outer lane, that's your exit lane. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the ability to do that. So that's probably just not going to end up being a thing. Because I'm thinking about how we would go about pulling that off, and it basically results in you don't. Right? Because we upgrade the left turns based on the road, not based on the lane. So realistically, I'm not sure there's much we can do to solve this particular problem. Other than just wait for it to clear. Where are most of these people trying to go? I think they're trying to go just straight south. And there's these really awkward lane changes here. Okay. Now we're moving a bit. That, of course, was proper to stop for this delivery van, but you only need to stop in one lane, in that middle lane. So, I don't know. I think that's mostly a pathfinding issue with roundabouts. I think that's something that needs to be fixed. But now that the traffic has died down over here, we're flowing pretty well over here, and in theory, that should clean up. So I'm not too concerned about that. What do we got going on over here? Okay, this is the police car closing this lane of traffic due to this van getting in an accident. However, I can see over here that we definitely need to get rid of a left turn here and a left turn here. So we can certainly do that. That is mission number 1 there. But once this police car gets out of here, then this should start moving a lot better. This is just they're trying to merge 2 lanes of traffic into 1 lane, and it's not going well. So nothing too major there. That'll get cleaned up. Any other major traffic issues right now? I don't see any. So everything appears to be reasonably fine at this moment. I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. It's a little bit early, but given the whole illness thing, I'm going to let that one slide. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. My throat is very sore right now.